$1.6 million prize pool. I'm double checking to make sure they haven't changed any details since they told us last time. $1 million in US dollars for first prize. That is for the winner. $1 million for winning Dota. It's going to be huge. Dota2.com. The tournament tab is up to. Our website will actually change for the next 24 hours as well. So you guys can actually read all the details.
The day I transformed into an adult was the day I started playing Dota. Times like when you go out on the stage, you represent your country for something, you get the prize. It's the amount of satisfaction and achievement that nothing else can give you. It's something I definitely not regret ever doing. Gaming is simply the proudest thing in my life. In Singapore, the families actually put a lot of stress on us in terms of our education. I would say it's been tough on me trying to juggle both studies and gaming at the same time. My grades have dropped for like 2 years already, and my parents have treated the gaming as a cause for it. I mean, there was this phrase that they used, said gaming would be the death of you one day.
He's a great player and a great captain. I would say he's the top player in Singapore, easily.
My parents and my family, they don't actually speak much of my gaming career. They don't tell their friends and my other relatives that I'm actually that good at my games. All along, they have only been bragging about my studies, because last time I used to be an A student. I go on, and it seemed like that was the only thing that they could ever be proud of. Actually, there was only been one person that has always been very supportive of me gaming, and that was my ex-girlfriend, Huayan. She's from the female Dota team in Singapore. There are a lot of things that we share in life, so many things. In my case, it felt really good, to have someone who truly appreciated what you did best and loved you for it. She's aware of what I'm doing and what I'm passionate about. The breakup was her decision, and I respected it. We've been together for close to 3 years, and ever since the breakup, I haven't gotten over it. I recall the last time she spoke to me, she named me as a bastard, so... Well, you're not in contact anymore, but life goes on.
He's an A-star student, Because of this gaming, it pull him right now. It's very sad for me. So here, the bad one is the auntie. Auntie is the one that always come here and neck. Yeah. Am I right?
It's tough being a gamer.
Huh? Sorry? Am I right?
It's tough being a gamer.
HY. Multi-millionaire. For gaming. Sorry, you are not. What is your view? What is your plan? That is more important. I mean, we speak ourselves. We speak our frank opinion. It's your choice. What do you want in life? That is more important.
If I'm going to win this tournament, my first thought would be, I will call my ex-girlfriend. Things got a bit bad between us, but right now for me, if I'm going to win this tournament, my first thought would be, I will call her, I'll tell her about it, and I'll want to share this moment with her.
When they're having exam, they not allow him to leave the school. So I told him already, I said, mind yourself.
Setting our career in gaming is risky. It's very risky. Because the examinations actually clash with the competition, and missing the exams without a proper explanation, the school didn't recognize the Dota competition as a valid reason. It's kind of breaking school rules.
And the school is very determined to stop him from pursuing his chance of going for this contest. So I think this has created a big stress for the family.
Give this mother very headache,
Aiyo.
It's quite difficult for us to pull him out right now, I think. He's so adamant about it. So that's why when he told me he's going to August, I said, then how about your school exam? What are you going to do?
I think my mother, she was kind of at her limits, telling me about how much gaming has been weighing me down. That was really the talk where I really opened my heart and I shared with her my passion for the game and how much I believe that my team actually has the potential to win, to be the best in the world. So We are stopping at nothing less than first. This is how I try to put it across to my mom. By giving up so much to come here, I have absolute confidence in my team that we will win.
All right, the draft is underway. Ehome, they will select up their heroes. Scythe will start selecting theirs. Looking now at both the teams, it looks like Ehome, they're fairly relaxed, while Scythe, you know they're eager. They're all gathering around hyhy to pick.
If you have a losing draft, you will lose the game. This is what I think of Dota. So it's really a lot on drafting.
Drafting is where two captains will select what they want to play with, what heroes are selected and what heroes are taken out. You can select 5 heroes out of a pool of over 100, and you can also remove 4 of those heroes. So 4 heroes you think your opponent will want to use, you can remove.
Before any game, any match, we will decide our ban and picks according to which team we are fighting. Usually we would come up with a very impromptu strategy to try and fight their threat. Yeah, you really have to spend a lot of time thinking of the draft. The draft actually decides a lot of the game itself.
Ehome, they're a team with so much experience. They already know the way they want to roll this one out. The only thing that's really going to make it or break it for them is if they can get their execution right.
In that particular matchup, we felt that we needed something that could instill the fear in them.
And Tiny looks to be the last pick up here from Scythe. Bit of an interesting pickup there by Scythe's going to start to change around their lanes completely now.
With Tiny, it is good as a surprise strat. If another team doesn't realise where he fits into the whole lineup, then you can really throw the opposition off balance.
He's moving away, but no hyhy. He'll just turn around and just pop Selena. I want to point out right now that Ehome, they are not noobs. This is just Scythe playing an amazing game.
When you have such a huge audience and you know that everyone is at home watching the game, they have their hopes pinned on you, and I feel that there's so much at stake.
And they should be able to clean it up right now. Tiny, he's going to toss, he's going to launch, and he definitely gets the kill. We've got 357 getting nailed out there. Nature's Prophet going to get the last hit in as well. This the entire team down for Ehome. This is GG. This is now a double rack, at least. And Ehome, they're going to disconnect. We have our first winners bracket finalist. Scythe will advance. Ehome will drop down into the losers bracket, and Scythe will now finish up this game.
Yeah, the 1 million is... 1 million. That's a lot. It's gonna make my time playing this game all worth it. Didn't think smoking would do me any good.
Yeah. When did you start smoking?
2 years back. 2 years back. Bad move.
That seems to coincide with when you and your ex-girlfriend broke up.
On bad terms. Feels like she's moved on already. Back then when she was playing the game, it felt like we had something we shared. Yeah, but right now it's like, yeah. I think she's following this event, but probably this event is big. Yeah. I hope I will get to make a phone call. Yeah. Finally, I'll have something I'm proud of to tell her about. Finally.
This is where my dad works. For as long as I remember, man. He's doing the logistics for the company here. So it involves the shipping of the containers from one place to another. When I was younger, he used to work like 15 to 16 hours a day. He's pretty much given up on everything else in his life. It's always made it clear to me that I should focus on my life, focus on my studies, so as to not follow in his footsteps. He doesn't want me to, be slogging as hard as he is right now. But the chance to be the best in the world at something, you don't get it much in life.
heard my son say, he working at this, Dota. We spend a lot of time, he get nothing. For me, it's very disappointing. Never go to school, you want to play computer. Then morning, sleep. Then computer until the next day morning, then he sleep. The whole day, at least 15 hours at computer there. It's life. My son's life is like that. For me, I also my son to study more. Don't like me never study. When I young, I also same as Yong. Always spend a lot of time to play. After now, I also regret. Why don't study? But now, hope my son continue to study education better than me. This is my hope lah.
For each try, I think it was a great choice, a brilliant choice, because he was confident that we could have won. It's an opportunity that you shouldn't miss out.
So get ready, sign in, log in, play around, test a little bit, and then join the lobby in about 4 minutes. Okay.
It's a once in a lifetime chance. If you miss it, it might be gone forever. You might not experience it again.
And we have a rematch. eHome versus Scythe. eHome facing up against a team who forced them into the lower bracket.
The psychological pressure is immense, especially upon the drafter, because he is the one who is in the end responsible for the team's picks.
No, trust me, no. Wait, tell me, you really want it? Everything? It's an animation, it's an animation, that's why I think
Shadow Fiend, alrighty. Then it's hyhy as SF. Everyone knows how to counter a Shadow Fiend. It's a very bold pickup here by Scythe. The fact that if Scythe win the early game, they're going to gain so much momentum, but if they don't, then eHome will basically roll themselves into the grand final. hyhy, BKB's going to wear off pretty soon, and Benedict, a great strike. hyhy dead. Yet again, and he wants XY, catches up to him, and he brings him down.
Why was that? You在树里面now. Why you come out? 你在树里面，跟你讲了，你们我得看到了。
Gee, he cogs. Joey, he wants to leave, but there's just no mana. He gets it.
跟你讲了。
If he can pop off an ulti like that, he doesn't really have to reveal himself to his opponent. He can really just initiate. Oh, there he goes! hyhy does manage to pop off an ultimate. Earthshaker is already dead. A2O really gunning for hyhy. They're already 3 gone. Make that 4. There's a double kill for the anti-mage, and they're headed for the tower right now. There is a GG. Good game called by hyhy. Scythe have had enough now. eHome will advance. The Chinese hopes will stay alive as they will go up against Na'Vi with a 1-game disadvantage. The main stars of this tournament, they haven't dropped a single game, and now eHome are saying
The first placing was very important to me. And to add on to that, my studies was also at the same time affected by everything. So everything was related. When everything comes falling down at the same time, it's quite hard to handle. Things are all changed. So you gotta plan your life again, all over again. I've learned a lot.
You got to realize your flaws. That's the toughest part, I feel. I don't do things as well alone. So if you try to do everything by yourself, it's not gonna be possible, you know.
I'm actually a believer of fate, and I told myself that winning isn't necessary because there are so many more things in life. How you take care of the people you love. I think that's a very big thing, you know. That's a very important thing. It's the most important thing ever. We were disappointed with our loss, and yeah, it's a mixture of both. We're happy and sad that we got third. Regardless of whatever emotions, I felt like she was the one I wanted to share them with. And it got pretty clear only then that I had to get her back. After the tournament, I actually went back to look for her and talk things out, and we have actually began dating again. Yeah, and things are actually going great. Yeah, I love her, you know. She played a huge role, a very huge part in the me today.